Hey guys, welcome back to Carsonian Beans. Today we will be continuing our NFL predictions. We started off with the AFC West. You can see all those records there. You can go watch the videos and see why I picked those. And now we're over to the NFC West, and we're going to bounce back and forth like that all the way until we finish off with the NFC North, and then I'll do my playoff predictions, all that. But let's talk about the Seahawks. First team we're doing in the NFC West. So we all know Russell Wilson is an amazing quarterback. I mean, they've got that there. They've got they've got like DK Metcalf on that. Their wide receiver unit is pretty good, and that's also really aided by the addition of Greg Olsen that they got this offseason. Because, I mean, if he hadn't been there, then I would say that, because, I mean, his wide receiver unit isn't bad, but it's also not really good. So it's good that he has a player like Greg Olsen that he can also throw to just in case. And also they've got Chris Carson, so their offense is pretty solid. Their defensive line could use some help. Their linebackers, though, they got Bobby Wagner out there. That is an amazing unit. Their linebackers are spot on. It'll be very hard for a team to get a running game on against those linebackers. Well, to get a good running game. Their secondaries are pretty standard, so it'd be interesting to see if they can win a lot of games. Also, I mean, their division, you've got the Rams, who could potentially be very good. Jared Goff bounces back. Henderson plays very well. I mean, everyone's talking about how the Cardinals could surprise everybody. I mean, this 49ers just in the Super Bowl, and then you've got the Seahawks. So it's going to be hard for anyone to win a division, but it's definitely wide open. Any of those teams could win. They don't really have a bad team, but also people are saying the 49ers are going to do worse. It's everybody's game. So let's start off in week 1. They've got a pretty easy game against the Falcons. This is going to be probably a game that Matt Ryan is going to prove himself, because he hasn't really looked good these past few years. I know everyone's talking about his stats, how good they were. He just doesn't look very good, so I'm interested to see if he can get some, because, I mean, like I said, their running game is going to be halted, even though they have Todd Gurley, that's a plus, so they'll at least be able to have a running game, but not a very good one. I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks. I said Seahawks, there we go. And in week 2, opening up at 1-0, they go to the Patriots. Cam Newton, even though he's played a full game, he's still getting into the meat of things in New England. Charlie Michelle is they're probably going to be relying a lot on their running game early, because really the whole thing, because they don't really have any good wide receivers or really any good tight ends. I mean, you could say Edelman, since he was in Super Bowl MVP a few years back, but really he's kind of dropped off and he's getting old. So it's going to really this is going to be a very big test for Cam Newton. And also, I mean, Russell Wilson and Cam Newton are kind of like the same kind of quarterbacks. And also, New England's defense is one of the best in the league. But seeing as I just think Seattle's offense is a bit better, I'm going to give this one to Seattle in week 2. And also, they're at home, and it's week 2 of this weird New England team. Week 3 against Dallas. It's going to be weird. Dallas is probably going to be, they have great wide receivers. In my rankings, I had them the number 1 wide receiver unit are the Cowboys. So I think if Dak Prescott can take advantage of that, and maybe Ezekiel Elliott can get some running game started, then Dallas could probably score some points. They have a pretty mad defense. So I'm thinking that maybe Dallas gets the win here in week 3. All right. In week 4, they go up against Miami, another game that they probably should win. We're going to talk about if they will, though. Miami, if they still have Ryan Fitzpatrick in here, if they have Tua Tagovailoa in here, it'll probably be one of his first few games, so they'll probably instantly be a Seattle win. Since Ryan Fitzpatrick's in there, this actually, in my opinion, if Ryan Fitzpatrick is in here in this game, that improves their chances to win. Because in my opinion, he's a pretty good quarterback. I think he's going to play for some more teams. I think he's going to go to some teams that maybe desperately need a quarterback. He's definitely not over his career. He might be a backup or two and think of a lower, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about Seattle. They won't be able to put much pressure on them. Miami has okay wide receivers. Their defense isn't the best though. I'm gonna give this one to Seattle. All right, in week 5 we have the Vikings. This is really the first because this is really a very even game here, kind of like Dallas, which is really the Cowboys are gonna jump ahead. Anyway, so they're at home against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, who made the playoffs last year, beat the Saints. Let's see, they've got a bye week coming up next. I'm just gonna give this one Seattle. They come off their bye week up against Arizona. This could be the turning point. This could be because Arizona, everyone's saying they're gonna be good. They could falter in the beginning and then start doing better in the second half of the season. It's very interesting. I keep on saying it'll be interesting to see of every game. I'm gonna give this one Arizona, even though they are coming off of a bye. It'd be cool. Oh, and then we've got a big test. This is probably the first one where Seattle is going to be expected to lose. If Jimmy Garoppolo takes a step back, like everyone's saying that he will, and plays worse, then this probably will be a Seahawks win, seeing as I don't know if what's his name? If Raheem Mostert is on their team, I don't know if he'll be able to actually get anything going. So it'll be probably a very low-scoring game for San Francisco. So I'm just gonna give this one to Seattle at home. 5-2 now. I don't know why I keep on going up and down. You can see the whole thing. And in week 9, really, this is probably one that they really expected to lose. I have Buffalo as my number 1 team in the league right now. Very surprising, I know. And Buffalo's at home. I feel like they've got an amazing passing game. They can probably get over that defense. It'll be Buffalo does have really one of the best defenses and a really good offense, which also. So I feel like this one should be pretty easy. Bills win. All of these games that they have right here are very, very winnable. In this game, I think it'd be a surprise, honestly, if they beat Buffalo. Into week 10, their first meetup with the Rams. The Rams again, kind of the same thing. I think the Rams will actually get better this season. A lot of people saying they're going to regress. I think they get better. Jared Goff, I think he's a above average quarterback. I think he might take a step back up, getting closer to what he was a few years back when they went to the Super Bowl. And they're really going to need that against the Seahawks, seeing as I remember his running back name. Harmon? No. Whatever. They have the best running back unit. So if Jared Goff doesn't, though, and if he plays like he has been playing, then it's a Seahawks win. And their defense isn't very good. I'm going to give this one to the Seahawks here. Now they're looking like they're pretty much in control. They're 6-3. They're obviously, no matter what, going to be in contention for this division, even if the 49ers are doing really well. All right, now this is a Thursday night game. If I'm not mistaken, it's not their first primetime game. It's their second primetime game. They're at home against Arizona, and I'm going to see them splitting right here. 7-3 now. They're being seen as one of the top teams going up against the Eagles. The two back-to-back primetime games, and now they're away in this one. This is another game where I don't know. Philadelphia, they've got a pretty iffy passing game. It'll be really reliant on Carson Wentz, but I think that they might be able to get a running game started. I don't know if their defense is good enough to stop Seahawks. I could see this going any of the ways, but just because I think the Seahawks defense is better than the Eagles, I'm gonna hand this one to them, making them 8-3. I don't know what I was thinking, because in my first, if y'all have been fans of me for a while, y'all have seen my first round of predictions, in which I have the Seahawks going 8-8. Now I've done a deep dive into their schedule, into their players and their stats and other team stats and all that. They're definitely not going to go 8-8. And everyone seems always to doubt them, and they always probably. And all right, now they've got 2 games that they probably should win, and but I'm going to talk about them. Look, so technically these are away game. Well, no, these are home games. I thought they were away games, because I was about to say they're in New York both games, but that's dumb. And against the Giants, if Daniel Jones does what I think he's going to do and progresses really better against as the season goes on, then their offense could be a force and could score a lot of points against the Seahawks. So I don't know. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I think, unless Daniel Jones does not get better and ends up not being the quarterback that the Giants hope that he is. But seeing the Seahawks are at home, I think their offense is just better. Very close game, high-scoring game, but I think the Seahawks offense is just more prepared. Kind of the same thing with not the Jets, because Sam Darnold, in my opinion, is one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. He could have proven me wrong by this point. Also, ignore Week 18, that's the playoffs. So at this point, they've kind of clinched playoffs, but I still think that they beat the Jets. Now they're 10-3 up against Washington. Another very close game here. At this point, Dwayne Haskins, who's usually gets better week by week, is probably going to be a formidable quarterback. He's got great offensive weapons, so this is definitely another high-scoring game, kind of like against the Giants. Except for that Washington, I think, has a better running game. I'm going to hand this one to the end. They're at home. Hand this one to Washington. And if they're planning on announcing the new name, either today or I think yesterday. So by the time this comes out, they'll probably have changed the name, logo. So that's why I'm calling Washington. Week 16. All right. I had them beating them in Week 10, but are they going to split? I'm going to say no. I think Seattle's just better. And the last game, they made this schedule perfect if this lines up at the end. A revenge game at this point. Let me go ahead. I 0-1. Oh yeah, because this is the only game I've done. So this is probably, looking at how I think they're 11-4. If they do end up with this exact same, like they win all these games, and I turn out to be like the most amazing predictor the world has ever seen, I think San Francisco will also be around this point, if not at the exact same level. So they will definitely be fighting either for the division or possibly for the bye week, the coveted bye week. And I don't see Seattle winning both games, so I'm gonna hand this one to San Francisco as they are at home. They end up 11-5, 8-4 in their conference, 4-2 in their division. Yeah, they lost one game. All right, so at home they were 7-1, and away they were 4-4. I really do hope that you enjoyed this. I hope longtime fans, you like that I gave them 3 extra wins. So yeah, thank you to my new subscriber. I got a notification that I got a new subscriber. Thank you, 83 subs. All right, now let me just plug everything. Subscribe and like the video if you like this. I'm dropping these kind of videos daily, and I'm dropping other videos every other day. By these kind of videos, I mean I'm redoing my predictions for each team every single day. This is my 5th day doing it. As you can see, this is my 5th team. I'm doing normal videos every other day. On that note, please comment a video idea. I am very fast running out of ideas. I only have ideas up to July 19th, and of course, I'm going to keep on pushing out videos, but they might just get crappy. If you have an idea for a video, I will do it 100%. I mean, look at my comment section right now. There's probably no one down there telling me a video idea. Also, go follow my Twitter. Follow me I don't know if the link will work. I'm gonna change my Twitter handle in a second because I mean it's just I can't even read my Twitter handle. It's weird, but I post there every now and then. I retweet things, so if you want to see that, go follow that. I don't really post on my Instagram, but I've started linking down in the description just in case you want to follow me, like just in case I do post something. Also, finally, I do have a Patreon. I don't really expect you to do it. If you do, there's of course rewards on there. I'm not very active on Patreon, but I do go on there every now and then, let you know what my next video is about. If I'm doing like a rankings video, I normally put all the rankings out there. I don't put in like you have to watch the video to actually see why I rank them in that way. If I get enough money from Patreon, I will start a podcast, an NFL podcast. Don't know how much money that will take, probably like $300. So probably not anytime soon, but if I do get that, that would be great. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Road to 100 subs. I'll see you guys in the next one.